Introducing to you first, on my left is the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with blue trim, hailing from Yaoundé, Cameroon. He weighed in at 158.6 pounds. With a record of 38 wins, 5 losses, he has 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the two-time Olympian and two-time middleweight champion of the world, introducing Hassan El Fenomeno Endam. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold trunks with black trim. He is fighting out of Los Angeles by way of Zilandi, Kazakhstan. He weighed in at 159.8 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 10 wins, no losses. 6 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the 2016 Olympian, the WBC number 4 and
It's a lot of movement to try to stay away. Straight left hand from Alimkhanuly.
Let him up, let him up. Watch your heads, watch your heads.
So, I mean, you got a guy that moves like Endam. You got to go to the body. You want to hit him in the chest. You want to hit him in the shoulders. You want to hit anything to disrupt him.
Try to lift him up with that left uppercut, so Endam shake it off.
Nice cutoff right there. It's exactly what Janibek needs to do. He needs to throw where he's going, as he does there with the backhand.
End of 2 goes about things. But that man right there, Terence Crawford, he will gladly invite the aggression, invite the non-stop, relentless attacking style, invite you thinking that you're going to be made uncomfortable. Bud loves when a fight gets to that place.
Well, because Terence Crawford is a mean fighter. You don't have a lot of mean fighters in the ring, and you don't have to be a mean person to be a mean fighter. But Bud is that guy where you hit me, that competitiveness comes out, that desire, all the stuff the fighters talk about, he really embodies it. And then you see him want to get the shot back or get the combination back, and that's just who he is.
Look, some guys, they give a little to gain a lot, you know, similar to like fishing, so to speak. You know,
Let's go.
when you throw the rod out there, and you get a bite, you let the fish take the line for just a second. Let him think he's getting away, and then boom, you hook him. That's what Bud Crawford does to a lot of his opponents, especially early on.
We'll see if he can set that hook in Shawn Porter. We'll have that discussion about what we expect early on in this fight. It was interesting. We had such a great visit with Shawn Porter the other day, and I think maybe he gave us a tell as to what we could be in store for early on. You will see the Hall of Fame fighter. He is honoring his favorite all-time fighter, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Could we have a special evening of outrageous fireworks?
Introducing you first,
like Hagler and Hearns had back. It's a lot of movement to try to stay away. Straight left hand from Alimkhanuly, and off balance for a moment as Endam wraps him up and comes all the way across the ring. Alimkhanuly closing that gap. You know, even catching some of these punches, Dre, there is damage done.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the guard up.
Yes, he's still hurt from the first left hand that Alimkhanuly landed. He's still hurt right now because Alimkhanuly is a big puncher. So, to your point, those punches don't have to land clean to hurt Endam.
Endam clearly affected. Oh, he gets snapped back with a straight left hand. Alimkhanuly in control here in round number 3. Landing flush with the power punches. To me, it looks like he's just set something up with that power hand, with that flicking right jab, doesn't it?
That's what he's doing. Looking for openings. Trying to create an opening just by shooting a jab outside. Oh, he hurt.
Look at that uppercut. And down he goes. Knockdown scored here in round 3.
6, 7, 8. Okay. Come to me. Gloves. Yeah.
That was a beat down in the final minute of round 3. Janibek Alimkhanuly, as he plays to the.
Look at Endom. He's been blocking the left hand of Janibek, but not right there. Had no clue. Slightly
over 50% of his power punches. Let's see how Endom looks early on here in round 4.
His legs are done. Legs are gone. Endom's legs are done.
Watch out.
But he said, don't play around. Get him out of here.
Watch your feet.
1-2 backed him up. Endom trying to punch between punches there and close the gap.
Because that's what veterans do. He's tough. He went down, he's hurt, but he's always looking for one shot to upset the apple cart. And to Buddy McGirt, the trainer of Alimkhanuly, his point is to don't play. Get him out of here. Let's go home.
Will that happen here in round 4? Tremendous looking contending middleweight.
Alimkhanuly just needs that one good shot.
He's looking for it too. He's in the fire right now, and he's okay standing there right in front.
Doesn't feel threatened at all. Wide sweeping right hand from Endom. And Janibek smiles and just inches forward. Tried to sweep across that belt line with a right hand.
Work out, work out.
The uppercut is the punch that Janibek should be looking for. See Endom trying to lean forward, trying to close the gap, and he's leaning over that front foot.
Yep, there it is. Left uppercut. Short too, compact. Only comes from about 6 to 8 inches away and does damage. Tried to sweep with that right hook from the southpaw stance.
See, a fighter with a high IQ, he recognized that. Janibek.
Watch your heads.
Endom has heart.
Sure does. Standing right in the kitchen in this round after being hurt in the 3rd, and then steps forward behind the jab. Got a middleweight title eliminator coming up in our next fight. That's the co-feature before we get to Crawford and Porter. He's looking for that uppercut there, Timmy, as they opened up. There's that thudding left hand that sends Endom back.
Janibek, all he needs to do is take a half step back, get the right distance, and he can catch Endom on the way in. With a shot like that, half a step back, bing. That's what I'm talking about.
Endom able to absorb that and throw back. Patient, stalking Alimkhanuly here in round 4.
Alimkhanuly.
Oh, there it is. There's that left uppercut. Endom tries to shake it off. He's already in trouble here early on in round 5. Warning for holding behind the head.
Just waiting on another half a step back. That's all he needs. Half step back and catch him as he's coming forward, leaning forward, looking for offense.
Dre, how's that front leg look to you on Endom?
Oh, it's shaky, and it's been shaky from really round 1, but especially after he got knocked down. But got to remember, that's the 17th time Endom has been down. Alimkhanuly has to remember that, not get discouraged that he hasn't gotten Endom out of there. Just keep chopping. Keep chopping. Familiar Endom with being on the canvas, and he's familiar with weathering storms and trying to fight to stay in a fight. And that's what he's doing right now. Taking a lot of punishment, but he's still trying to survive.
There it is. Time them on the way in.
Left hand, sharp shooting, backs him up into that corner. And here comes the combination punching from Janibek Alimkhanuly. Endom's he survives it.
And now it's tough.
Stop.
Taking a lot of punishment.
Endom is making mistakes.
Look at those CompuBox numbers from the last round. 24 of 35 power punches landed, the majority of the work, the damage done by the uppercut. But 24 power punches landed by Alimkhanuly in that last round. Round number 6. And we've got a very well made. Yes, he does, Dre, no doubt about it. Very well matched title eliminator coming up next, and then it is the world title fight.
He's got to watch him because he's getting hit with those shots that snap the head back. He doesn't really have a chance to win this fight, and he's too tough for his own good. Like you mentioned, he's a veteran, so sometimes you have to save fighters from themselves.
Watch out, Janibek set him up right here. He's going to catch him. As soon as he lunges in with a shot, bing. It's going to be a perfectly timed punch from Janibek.
He's off balance, just trying to get out of the way. Feet tangled a bit and threw him off balance.
Yeah, feet tangling is typical for an orthodox fighter in the southpaw fighter. So
be interesting to see what we get for preferred stance out of Bud Crawford tonight in our world championship fight.
Anybody want to guess? I'm going to say he's going to come out in the orthodox stance.
Of course, he has power in both hands.
Bad spot for Endom to be with his back to the ropes. He has nowhere to go. Can't escape.
Stop. Let him. Stop. Let him go.
Couple wide sweeping right hands from Endom that Alimkhanuly was able to block. There's that just create enough space left uppercut. Follows him back with a series of left hands.
Endom missed with a shot. Janibek counters, then follows him out.
No, stop.
And that's what the trainer, Buddy McGirt, is asking for. Because even though you're in control, or because you're in control, you should be able to get this guy, this 37-year-old fighter who's been down 17 times in his professional career, out of the wrapped his own hands come fight night.
Did.
Buddy McGirt is asking for Alimkhanuly to throw combinations because Endom has shown that he can take the single shot if he sees it coming. So Buddy's saying put 2s and 3s together to see if that works.
And meanwhile, in the other corner of our world championship fight, just saw the team of Kenny Porter and Barry Hunter and Hal Chernoff getting Sean all set and taped up with hand wraps. So right on schedule, Crawford and Porter.
If Alimkhanuly started going to the body early, Tess, I'm not sure this fight wouldn't be over by now.
He has only landed 13 body punches, Dre, of 118 punches he's landed. Just 13 to the body.
And the times he's thrown, he's landed clean. And got a reaction from Endom. Just not enough.
Off balance for a moment. Clubbing right hook there. And then the tie up from Endom, the veteran.
tough battle to win for a fighter on the way up, because you knock out Ndam, so what? He's been stopped before. He's been down 17 times. If you let him hang around, they say, oh, what's wrong with Alimkhanuly? Is he not what we thought he was?
There's a body shot that he sticks in under the left elbow.
The head of Ndam is going back and forth, but the body's not moving. He needs to go to that body.
Janibek probably saying to himself, man, I'm hitting this guy with everything, and he's not going anywhere. Ugh, getting frustrated. Got some homework for Buddy McGirt.
Neutral, neutral. Tape again. Come on, tape. Let's go.
Blood continues to stream down from the nose of Ndam, from his mouth as well, which is wide open.
No talking. Here we go. Time in.
A surprising end to the 7th round. To think that Buddy McGirt loves working with Alimkhanuly, and you hear the translation that takes place in the corner as he's there with Barak Sultan, who is Janibek's brother. You know, we've done production meetings with the three of them. Two men who grew up in Kazakhstan, and then Buddy McGirt, who's one of the ultimate characters in the game. And Buddy said, we're fine. I speak boxing. They speak boxing. We're fine.
Universal language test. Boxing talk.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
I think one thing, Buddy,
there was no mention of the left hand being hurt in the corner in between rounds. Buddy asked for combinations, and I think Alimkhanuly said something's going on with the left hand, but he didn't mention it in between rounds.
Bernardo?
I was actually in the corner, and I asked Buddy McGirt about the left hand, and he said, it's not hurt. He's like, what made you think that? And I said, well, because when he came over on camera, we saw him point to it, and he and Russ Abner said, well, that's the first we know of it. But a corner telling the truth or not, that's a whole different story.
As you deal with every week on this job. Russ Amber is the third man in that corner, veteran cut man.
Stop.
Janibek needs to work on his lead hand.
Don't hold him.
He has a good jab, but he doesn't have a solid right hook. That's what's missing. The backhand is beautiful. Great backhand. But if he had a right hook, things could be a bit different.
Oh, look at the doubling up the left hand. He shakes it off. There is so much blood coming out of his nose and his mouth. Bud Crawford continues his pre-fight ritual as he's going to get stretched out here. Open up his back and his legs.
Quiet before the storm.
Stop.
Bud Crawford relaxing, getting stretched out.
That's it. They're going to call this fight. And I'm saying no. But I think his face is saying yes. He gave a very, very spirited effort just to stay with it, just to stay up. But this is the end. Listen to this.
I'm ready to die.
Did you just hear what he said?
Yeah.
Hassan and